How do you help others when yourself are in need?
So that's a beautiful question. How do you help others when you need help? Right? Another paradigm shift. I grew up, probably like many of you, the more you give, the more you receive. I could ask thousands of people when I speak, who here thinks the more you give, the more you receive? Anybody here still? Yeah. It is true, but I would say what's more true is you can only give what you receive. Anybody think that's true? You can only give what you've received. You can only give what you have. Whatever you have, you've gotten it from somewhere, right? You've received from the time your mother conceived, you've received something, a spark, an egg, whatever. You've received everything. You can only give what you've received. So in actuality, you're putting yourself at a diminished capacity if you're focused in on giving. In some sort of quid pro quo that, well, the more that I give, the more I'm gonna get back. Some kind of trade. It's not a negotiation. Universe doesn't work that way. Universe is one. Therefore, if I'm connected to everything and everyone and live between limitlessness and infinity, and I truly believe with all my faith that there's abundance in the universe, then what I really should be telling myself is the more I receive, the more I can give. And that's absolutely true, mathematically proven. If you have $1 to your name and you give $1, you've given all you have, correct? And you can only have so much impact with that dollar. Mathematically, if I give you and you receive $1 million for some sort of service or value or whatever is action or activity that you do, you now have 1,000,000 times what you have to give. But yet everyone that has $1, they think somehow they're helping out everyone when they give away their last dollar. Because the more I give, the more I receive. No, you can only give what you receive. Therefore, shift the paradigm to receive. Feel worthy of everything that you receive. It's the intent in which you receive, and it's the intent in which you give. So therefore, if I receive with the intent to provide for others, I'll be more open to receive. When I give and relinquish all ownership with only good intentions to help somebody. Now, if you're a drug addict on the street and somebody tells me, why'd you give that guy $100? He's just gonna go buy drugs. Not my problem. I've relinquished all ownership with my intent to help. Whether they're ready to receive my help in the manner in which I intended has no power over me. It's trying to control something that I can't. But I receive so much more by giving with intent. And I may be planting a seed, even though that $100 went for more drugs. There may be 6 years from now that somehow something happens, and this happened to one of my friends that went to the Ivy Leagues, took drugs for the first time, ended up being an addict, homeless on the street, and people were helping him and he wasn't ready for the help, he wasn't ready for sissy, and then he ended up being beaten and in jail almost to death. And all the seeds from people trying to help him clicked. Now he runs Morgan Stanley, he talks in Empire State, he changes lives. You can plant seeds under trees you may never, ever sit under. But once you relinquish the rights with the proper intent, you've won. It's like Jake when he gave the money away and he felt better than he ever had felt anything he's ever bought for $20. But we forget it because pretty soon we start defining ourselves by the type of shoes we wear, or pants we have, or purses we wear, or cars we drive. What are your thoughts about your purpose, and how do you want to define yourself? I define myself by having the enjoyment of the consistent everyday, persistent without quit, pursuit of my potential. And along the journey to my potential, I'm going to screw up every day. I want to learn the lessons as fast as I can. I want to forgive myself. I want to go spend minutes and moments in ego-based consciousness, feel separate, down, just minutes and moments, not days, weeks, months, and years. I've done that. It does not work. Minutes and moments work.